Jumping right into this one, I start out by taking a 1" by 1/8" flat stock piece of scrap that I had laying around. I'm going to cut it in half for both sides of my uprights. They'll end up being 16 inches about. After I cleaned up the edges a little bit, it was time to put my layout on. I started 3 inches off the bottom and made a mark every inch all the way up. Then I grabbed my center punch, made those marks. Then I grabbed my 1/8 drill bit so I could run all my pilot holes. It's about this time I realized it's probably time for a new 1/8" drill bit, because I shouldn't have this much trouble running these pilots. With all of those done, I grabbed my 1/4" bit to put in the finished holes. For whatever reason, I couldn't just hold the piece and drill the holes. I ended up putting it in the vise because I thought that would help, and it did a little bit, but really shouldn't have been necessary. Because as soon as I switched to the next piece, I flew right through it like it was nothing. With that done, it was time to make the base plates. For this, I'm using 1/4 by 2" flat stock. Just took a scrap piece I had laying around. I'm going to cut it in half so I have the 2 pieces for the jig. With all my pieces prepped and ready to go, it was time to put it all together. So I just kind of eyeballed it straight and tacked it in. I'll go back later and actually weld both sides, but for right now I just wanted to make sure everything worked and it was all good. So I grabbed my S-hooks that I bent open a little wider so they actually fit in the upright, and I wanted to test everything out, so I clamped them to the table and grabbed some chain so I could cut that up and test fit everything. So the whole reason I'm making this is because it's going to come into play in my next video. So you won't want to miss it, and we'll see you in the next one.